Right. Hello, everybody. Hi. I'm straight back from school. I'm Matt, and I've got news. I'm half joking. I did in Soft Season 2, but you know what? You know fucking what I'm going to say that I have because it's really good clickbait. It's extremely good clickbait, right? So, I'm gonna. I can't say too much about what I was doing, but like I said, I was thinking about the Watcher lore for reasons, and what that led me to, little old me, was that, since Martin and Grian are connected to the Watchers and they've never canonically been in empires, right? Hi. Right, okay. Collecting my thoughts and actually probably waiting for people to join instead of just starting would be a good idea. Hello, noisy asshole. Right. Forgot I have a bird. Okay, fuck. What? Okay, right. Get to the point, right. So, I was thinking about the Watcher lore for reasons I can't say because that's spoilery for what I'm gonna be doing. But I was thinking about it, right? And while I was thinking about it, like in the middle of like going on the break, going to the next class, I was like, hold on. Hold your horses here. The Watchers are canonically in empires thanks to Grian and Martin. So they have to be in empires because Grian's a Watcher. So just from that, Watchers are in empires. And then I thought to myself, okay, so the season started to become like really angsty and kind of bad, at least to me. After the festival, what happened at the festival? The crossover happened. And when the crossover happened, what that has to mean is that the Watchers took notice because Grian went into a new SMP canonically. And thanks to that, the Watchers were like, okay, Empire's now is an easy food source, we can just make it angsty. But if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, if I do remember correctly, Empires was going on at the same time as Limited Life. So the Watchers had to like switch back to Limited Life. So they could they could control it and get their full meal out of it. And so what they did is they put the skulk down. So they could still control everything via the skulk, and they could still make it angsty, which is why villain Shelby exists, because of the skulk, because it made things angstier, and because Watchers feed off of negative energy and negative emotions, ergo angst, that's what happened. And then the crown was also meant to play into that, because the skulk kind of sort of failed. I mean, it vaguely failed. It failed to spread, essentially. It failed to spread. So they did the crown, but that failed. And it failed because here's where I'm just like throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. It failed because we all know the LA, I don't remember what they're called. The Fae, that's what they're called. The Fae. We all remember the Fae, right? The pointlessness of the Fae. Well, guess who the Fae are? Guess who I'm throwing balls to the walls and saying who the Fae are? That's right, the Fae are the listeners. The Fae are the listeners. That's what the Fae are. The Fae are the listeners. And they were trying to save Empire Season 2, and they kinda succeeded. Because the Watchers couldn't corrupt it. Because they also had to focus on Limited Life that was going on at the same time. I know, right? Like, that makes sense. And my ramblings make sense for once. I have solved this season. It's solved. I made everything canonical. It's bad and random. like, another reason that empires couldn't fully be taken over is not just because the Watchers were just focused on limited life at the time. No. And that's not just that. It's that empires is, like, as a premise, more goofy, more lighthearted than limited life. And there's also Green there who's doing his best to help. And Jem as a Celestial, which I've now headcanoned, kind of spoiler, but I'm gonna say it. I've now headcanoned as being a listener, because that makes sense, Jem being a listener. Because it just makes more sense for Jem to be a listener. I mean, at least part listener, not full, but just like part listener. So between like Green and the lighthearted nature of the server, and Jem being part listener trying to help, and the listeners, which are the Fae, helping, that's why Season 2 couldn't get fully corrupted and become fully angsty. And why some angst, like villain Jimmy, was so stupid. Now it all makes sense, chat. Now it all makes sense. I wish I was joking. And you want to know the funny thing? That's reignited all my passion for Season 2. Right then and there. Done. It's that simple. The Watchers are the reason why everything went to shit. Thanks to the crossover and thanks to Mark and Jimmy. And the reason why it didn't get fully corrupted are the Fae, which are the listeners. Green, of course. And who else? Oh, right, and the goofy nature of empires. I know, right? Right? Get Tumblr. I'm not gonna make a... I'm gonna make a Tumblr post over this. Swear to fucking God. I'm right on this. I have to be. Right. Somebody get this shit on Tumblr and tag me. Somebody get this shit on Tumblr and add me. Because I can't do it myself right now. Somebody get that shit out. Because I know there's no other way. This has to be... I mean, there's another way. It's called scheduling issues. Right? But lore-wise here. Think about the lore. Think about it. I have become insane. Rip. I have become insane. I have become Weekend Vibes, Jam Obsession, levels of insane. That's what I've become. But I've solved this motherfucking thing. I have the Watchers infected empires. Damn, I let myself like later then. Man, I wish I was doing this on PC so I could open another tab. Whatever. The Watchers are the reason that everything went to shit. They are the reason. They are the reason. Let me check if I have anything else. I don't think I have. Oh my God. Hi. Weekend Vibes Melody. Hello. I know you can hear me, but you know I'm correct. I'm correct about your damn obsession, and guess what? Now I have a Watcher obsession, so I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you now. So at least you have something to bully me about. So we're gonna be even really soon. But yeah, I've connected the dots. I have connected the dots. I've connected them. The Watchers are the reason that Season 2 went to shit. The reason that they couldn't fully take over empires. I do understand. I do finally understand. Like, oh my God. I wish the title of the stream was clickbait, but it's not. I think I solved Season 2. I legit just did that. Like, the Watchers went crossed over thanks to Green and Martin from the crossover. That's why that happened and why everything after the crossover was so chaotic and went to shit. That's written down in my notes, bestie. That's written down in my notes. Honestly, at that point, that's the only reason that I kept going. But damn. Like, it's the reason that Empires was so chaotic this season and so angsty, but without a reason. It was the Watchers. It was the Watchers. I'm posting this on Tumblr after this. I'm posting this on Tumblr. I'm doing this. I solved this thing on school. Just like passing between breaks. Right. Let me restate what, because I don't know. I'm gonna repeat what I said. I can't right now. I'm live and my tablet doesn't like work with it, and I can't open my computer. That takes way too long. But I will do it. I will get this thing out there. I fucking promise. I made the promise to myself. Right. Let me reinstate what I've been saying in case there are new people or in case I don't know how long you guys have been here. So, right. The Watchers, right, crossed over when the crossover happened thanks to Green and Martin. And because Limited Life wasn't going on at the start of Empires, if I'm remembering the timeline correctly, they wanted a new angst food source. And this was already there. It was already vaguely angsty with Shelby. So, Bird, shut up. So, what they decided to do is try and corrupt Empires. But as they were starting to do that, they were getting to it, Limited Life started. So they had to switch more attention over to Limited Life to get the most out of that meal, right? But they didn't want to completely give up on Empires because they put in the foundation. So what they did is they put the Skulk in Empires and tried to get that to spread. But it didn't spread. But what it did was it made Shelby evil, and it brought out evil sausage. And that was enough angst to be like a little side meal. And then once Limited Life ended, they decided, okay, let's focus back on Empires. We've lost the ball here. Let's put the crown. But while all of that was doing, the listeners took notice, and they took the form of the Fae to help combat the Watchers secretively. Right? But that wasn't all, because Jem, I've headcanon this, is part listener, and because she's part listener, like not a lot, but she's part listener, she was able to like help the Empires just by being there. Same with Ollie actually, because he joined in later in canon. I forgot about that. Ollie joined in later in canon. So Ollie probably helped as well, because Ollie was a lighthearted bard. I've connected the dots. I haven't connected shit, but I've just connected more dots. 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 I've just connected so many more dots. Ollie dropped in out of nowhere, right? Ollie dropped in from nowhere, right? Ollie dropped from nowhere. So what if Ollie's a listener, or at least part listener? And that is why. Well, he's also part of the reason why Empires didn't get corrupted, because he was some fun lightheartedness. That's why. And Grian didn't know that the Watchers were there. He didn't think they'd take notice. And then Martin, I don't know how much, and then just Martin didn't think about it. Like the Empires, the Crimacraft people, like Grian and Martin, didn't think that crossing over would bring the Watchers, they would bring their attention to Empires, because they didn't know where they would be going. Like, I've solved Empires. I fucking solved Empires. I did it. I've done it. Empires Season 2 was not the story of the Empires. It was the story of how the Watchers were introduced to the world of Empires. That's what it was. Goddamn, I hope I'm right in Season 3. When it eventually comes out, does not ruin all of this, because I've connected the fucking dots. I've done that. I might not have connected shit, But you all can't prove me wrong until season 3 comes out. Until season 3 comes out, I've connected the dots. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, God. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I know I'm correct. I'm correct in this statement. This has all been a matter of fact. This is all just a matter of fact now. Somebody write this down in the fucking wiki. God. Oh, God. No. Now y'all can tell where the thumbnail's way it is. Oh, that's 2 pages of mine. Granted, mine are insane ramblings. I have connected the dots. I've done it. Also, all they have to see is my poor fucking teachers, man. Because it was the last year of school when I figured all of this out. And I was really hyped about it. So I keep just bouncing around the teachers were and we're what's on? We're so happy. And I explained everything to them in Greek. Half of them just looked at me confused. I will be honest. I'm a menace to society. And I'm proud of myself. Oh my God. That's it. And person 2 was fucked up by the Watchers. And in season 3, if I'm right, it will continue. And if I'm not right, I will still find a way to connect this. Because I have connected the dots. I've done that. It's happened. This is my greatest contribution that I've ever. I don't know why I will even continue my what am I gonna do with this channel after this? I've reached my magnum opus. What am I gonna do? I've done my magnum opus. This is my magnum opus. What am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now? I've done my magnum opus. I'm done. This is what to end my YouTube career, everybody. Oh, God. Stars. Oh, I am legit starting to feel lightheaded. They check Tumblr. They check Tumblr. They do check Tumblr. So, and I mean, something like they check Tumblr. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna come across it eventually. I've connected the dots. I haven't connected shit, but I have connected them. I've connected shit that I'm pretty sure was never meant to exist. I'm pretty sure they didn't think anybody would think this hard about Empire's lore, but I have. Gem has a what? Gem has a what? Right. I want the Tumblr at. I need that Tumblr at now. You have my Discord. You better fucking send it to me. You better fucking send that to me. You better fucking, because I want to see the Tumblr. Because I need to see the Tumblr. And also want to tag it with this discovery. Because I can. I do learn new things every day. And they make up bullshit every day, apparently. Because I do make bullshit. And y'all want to, and the funny thing is that I was thinking about this because I'm gonna be, for my own lore reason, that's the only thing I was digging into the Watchers. And fun fact, I can only show you one page because it's the only page y'all will not understand anything but 2 words of. Have fun translating this. This is Crescention. I know none of you can translate, except one person. But I don't think he's on stream right now. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I do not take critique because I am correct. I do not take critiques because I am correct. No, I'm just correct. I can be correct for once in my life. I can be correct. I have the willpower to be correct. That's just it. This is my magnum opus. I will now. This is my formal. This is my formal. Signing off. I am no longer a YouTuber. I've done a magnum opus. I don't know what I'm just done now. I think I'm just gonna chill. Well, thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I am now formally announcing that I'm no longer gonna be doing YouTube content. This was my canon event. This is my canon event. This is not my canon event. I hope you all can tell that I'm joking. I hope you all can tell that I'm joking, by the way. I'm not just gonna quit content, because if anything, this has given me enough willpower to do what I've wanted to do with my own lore since yesterday. So, we're all gonna be having fun. Now, if you do excuse me, I've been on here for 20 minutes for, like, something that took, like, 5 to explain. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go run my mouth over to Tumblr now. I will see you guys later, and the bird says bye. Get fired. There we go.